Hey yo, what's up? Good morrows, my friends. My name is Silva Lowenhart, and welcome back to a new week of anime. A new week of looking at things, and yeah. Pretty late, but gonna talk. Whoa. What the hell happened there? VTube Studio. You some shit, you know that? You some shit. Anyway, we're gonna stop this for a bit. Yeah. How's everybody doing today? Or tonight? Or wherever you are. Doesn't matter. All we know is that today's the talk for a new anime. Today's time for more anime to appear. So let's talk some more anime. Oh, I'm a little cut off, am I? Let me shorten this up a little down. There we go. There we go. More and yeah, there we go. Okay. So, welcome back to another week of anime, where we're going to talk about the anime we've seen this week. New stuff has come out, so let's get some reviews in. I know I said I was going to make a site for it, but I guess that's not in the cards right now. It takes a little too much time. So we're going to go with the weekly stuff. So some of the stuff, so there's some episode 2s that I haven't seen so far, some episode 1s I still haven't seen yet, but we're going to talk about a few of the ones that did happen so far. So with that said, let's get into it. So first we still got, so we're going to go into order. We're going to go into order. I might have to make a list to keep up to say, like, okay, this is the anime I saw so far, like this episode of this anime. I haven't done it yet. I kind of just went on this on a whim. But, yeah. We're going to go into it and see exactly what happened. What's A and what's B, what's whatever. So, the first one we're going to talk about is Acro Trip. That's episode 3. Actually, no. We're going to talk about some of the new ones that appeared so far. So, let's see. So I did talk about some of these so far. Talk about some of them. Yeah, I guess we could talk about some of the ones that I've not talked about yet, which is not a lot. Actually, we're just gonna go down the line to see exactly what we got here, because sometimes it's easier that way. It's easier that way. Let me put on the music so you guys can actually. Okay, the music's there. All right, let me put on some music so you guys can actually have something to look forward to. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? I already know what we're going to do. I already know what we're going to do here. Alright. So, that is up. Let's go to here. Easy. Yes, sir. Alright. I think this is... And I think this might be it. Is this the one? I hope this is the one. Oh, yes, it is. Hooray! I just turn it down a bit. Alright. So, welcome back to the new review of anime, where we're going to review some anime. Why? Because we can. Alright, so let's get it going. So, Seirei Gesoku's second season I'm not watching, so we can actually skip that. ReZero I am watching. So, episode 2 just came out, and yeah, it looks like Subaru's dealing with something a little different this time around. Gotta get some drinks to get in because, you know, I'm gonna be doing this stuff right now. So yeah, but Subaru's got some new stuff to deal with. And this time, it's a little different than what it is. So, in this episode, he's facing a new Archbishop of Greed, who's also Kanti. This. You know, you have to get that to get the this in. So there's that. And apparently it's going brainwashing, and even when he gets the help of Reinhardt, who's basically this OP kind of person, he can't exactly win the day. So now he has Betty and Emilia helping him. Emilia does well, and Betty does well, but unfortunately, Emilia gets kidnapped. So we're going to see exactly how that unfolds. So, if you're looking for Subaru Despair, yeah, you're getting all that right here. I actually had to go on YouTube to look at some of the more crazier ones. Like I do remember in the second season, he got killed by rabbits. Yikes! And the way the book described how the rabbits killed him were actually even worse than what it was displayed in the anime. So here, like, it's the same thing with what? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. White Fox has done it again. It's the same thing. It's psychological. It's torture. You're here to see him die in crazy ways. You're getting some crazy ways. And remember, he has to remember each and every death. Well, he doesn't have to remember, but he does. Yikes. That is crazy. That is destructive, disgusting. Whew. So, that's episode 2. It's thankfully, this one, episode 2 is a little it's less. So, it's not as long. So, you don't have to really struggle with it. So, we'll get to episode 3 in 2 days. Oh boy. So, Arifueta I'm watching, but as it come out, Dandadan episode 2. Well, Creepy Nuts still has a banger opening, so, you know, you can't fault the banger opener of Creepy Nuts. But it just continues the crazy adventures of girl and boy, I guess. Episode 2, there's more supernatural elements to it, which is fine. And you kind of get into it because it is kind of crazy. You know, it's comedy, it's supernatural, it's all around just hilarity, you know. Nothing too bad, but nothing too great either. But yeah, that's episode 2, and I think we're getting to Grandma in episode 3. It's kind of interesting, yet yeah, I just can't wait to see exactly how it goes, you know? It's funny. And I feel like some people are kind of banking on this to be like the anime of the season. I have a strange feeling they're actually doing that. Do I think it's animated season? Too early, still kind of too early to tell. After all, while some manga are definitely recognized for some of the hilarity to it, the animation side of things could screw it up. It could screw it up. We'll have to see. Anyway, Don Machi, it's basically just a date between Sierra and Belle. I do know Freya's going to be into it. So yeah, that was the whole second episode. Just basically the date between Belle and Sierra. Nothing too special. You know, you get the jealous people like Jealous Hestia, which I always like. That's always fun to watch. Jealous Hestia. Can't go wrong with Jealous Hestia. But yeah, nothing really special is going on right now. It's kind of slow. I do remember, at least from the books, I do remember that there may be a battle between Hestia and Freya. I'm not exactly sure this is the one, but we'll have to see. We'll just have to see. Shangri-La Frontier. I got the second episode. I am watching that, but I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched the first episode, I mean. So, it's 2 cores back to back. So, we're getting a third season at this point. I don't know the third season, but basically second season, part 2. Says it's saying 2 cores back to back. So, that's something I'm going to be looking forward to. Can't wait for that one. I gotta watch it, so I give you guys my honest review of it. I may do it tomorrow. Who knows? I might do another stream or something else. God, I'm skipping because I just don't like it anymore. It's not as bad, I think, but I just never. But for some reason, manhwa in Chinese manhwa, sometimes they don't translate well into animation. Sometimes they do. Mostly Chinese manhwa translates well, but Korean manhwa sometimes doesn't. And it kind of probably doesn't help that some of these animations are also Crunchyroll originals. And Crunchyroll originals, for some reason, have not been done well. It's weird. Hitoribochi, I've seen episode 3. I'm still watching it. It's fine what it is. You know, when you hear Hitoribochi, now you have 3 of them. You have Hitoribochi with there's 2 schoolgirl Hitoribochi. One with brown hair and one with pink hair. The pink hair one is probably the most popular, but the brown hair one is the first. This is another Hitoribochi, but this is an isekai now. So now, you understand the difference? There's brown hair Hitoribochi, the first one. Pink hair Hitoribochi, the most popular. And isekai Hitoribochi with the male. You got it? Good. Let's move on. Oh, by the way, the 3rd episode's pretty okay, too. You know, they're all getting together, and he's supposed to be left alone, and they're just not leaving him alone. That's all it is. This is the second season, so I'm skipping that. I haven't watched Blue Lock, but I heard it's pretty good. But unfortunately, I haven't watched the first one, so I'm skipping that. State to be Bleed, skipping that. I have not watched Party yet. Party second episode. Actually, can I? No, it kind of goes a little weirdly. Yeah, it kind of goes a little weirdly. That's whatever. It's whatever. I could just yeah, it's whatever, I guess. Can I yeah, it's fine where it is, I guess. It's fine where it is. So yeah, Party Kawa. So yeah, it's whatever with the stream. You guys know what my tabs are, but this is the opera tab. You don't know what my actual tabs are. Bitches. Anyway, I haven't watched the second episode of this either, but I'm still watching it. I want to see exactly why they think he's this dude right here. I want to see exactly why they think he's not that great. It's always like that. Nagiwa, I'm watching that. I watched the second episode. This girl can stretch. They had to make sure they know that she can stretch. Why can she stretch? Because they want to show ass. And that's almost the only thing I remember about this. They showed ass. Next would be Sword Art Gun Gale. Some will say this is superior to the original Sword Art. In some ways, I can see why. Mainly because they're focusing only on one game rather than multiple games. And there's no huge stakes here. There's no big stakes that are going on. It's just Gun Gale. You know, it's like, you gotta get the comedy in it. You get the funny. I say it is better than Sword Art. Because of that, it's focusing on one specific part rather than multiple different parts. It's not like the protagonists are OP, like they still have their vulnerabilities. Cause I think that's one of the things with Kirito that not many people like, was that he was kind of OP. I can kind of see why. But yeah, it's just another tournament. There's no stakes here, so we're not going to really worry about whether or not they live or die. At least in real life. In the game, however, is a different story. Next is 2.5D, still watching that. That's left over from the other ones. It's all about cosplay. Nothing much needs to be said. If you're not watching it, then it's fine. But if you are, it's really just about the cosplay and the friends you make along the way with it. So there's that. Kimo Maid-sama, I'm watching that, but I haven't watched the second episode yet, so I'll get back to you on that. Waju Shushi, I am watching that. Second episode, I like the guy. I like Noel. Noel has a very silver tongue, because that's basically what it is, you know? He uses silver tongue. He talks to a lot of people. So that's cool. And he does get revenge on the people who betrayed him, so there's that too. You know, when you get revenge, it's all good. I'm not watching this, I'm not watching that, and I'm not watching that. And I'm not watching Fairy Tail, sorry to burst your bubble. Now I'm watching Malisama, sorry to burst all your bubbles. Yeah, a lot of things I'm not watching. I can't watch every single anime. I'll probably kill myself for that. Next is Kekon Surute. I watched the second episode. It's just continue on, and it kind of just getting to the old awkward phase of, yeah, maybe this could work, or maybe we had to make it a bit more convincing, but yeah, it's like that. Nothing much else needs to be said. It's an adult cast. They have adult conversations and such and so on and so forth. There you go. Amagi Sanchi. I do like the second episode a little more because they told him, leave. And he said, okay, I'll leave. Then they follow him anyway. Oh yeah, I'm still watching this, so I'll put that. So yeah, they say, okay, I'll watch. Okay, well, okay. They followed him and they figured out exactly why he wants to do what he wants to do. So I do like the fact that he's not exactly, the fact that when they tell somebody to go, they just say, yes, I'll go. So there's that. So I like that because of that. So now he's in the hijinks because of his own violation rather than because he's forced. He had a chance to leave, they kind of let him, and then they followed him anyway. Mal 2029. I heard Toa-sama's in this. So once you see Toa-sama, my wish is fulfilled. Easy. I don't think I'm watching this. Yeah, I'm not watching this. Okay. I'm not watching, I don't know, Exorcist, Uzumaki. The second episode took a huge drop in quality. It went from really amazing quality to just a drop. And for what I know, there's only 4 episodes. So we don't have much to go. So that's kind of worrying. Kind of worrying. Hope they pull it off in the next 2 because... Well, I mean, yeah, hope they pull it next 2 because, oh boy. Alright, well, I'm number 1 half. Haven't watched that, but I'm watching it. I haven't watched the second episode, but I am watching it. So I'll get back to you on that. I talked about this. Kaminohashi Ran. I'm watching that. It's the same old, same old. You know, you got the detective teamed up with the super smart one, and they're figuring out a huge mystery. And this one is basically just about testing this guy. This dude right here with the tattoo on his neck. Yeah, they're testing out his intelligence because he's basically the smartest person out there. He's kind of like a modern Sherlock Holmes, is in a sense. Dragon Ball Daima. I have watched that. It's 30 minutes, a little longer than usual, but it's basically showing like how Goku and them became kids. So the people who made them kids know about Babidi. They know about everything from the Buu saga, but they don't know everything about the Saiyans. And I'm not sure if they know about Beerus. Cause they know Babidi, they know Buu, they know Deborah. You know, now one of the people there is the new king of the underworld, like Deborah was, I believe. So they know everything about the Buu saga. And I forgot about the other sagas. I think they know everything else, but they don't know about the Saiyans. So it'll be a surprise when they find out more about the Saiyans. I think I talked about this one. I watched that episode. I don't think I watched episode 3. Did I watch episode 3? Let me check. No, I didn't watch episode 3. Okay. One thing I want to know is that if it ended, and yes, it has ended. So I know exactly what happens in the end. Thankfully, it's nothing that you have to really worry yourself over. So you'll be fine if you watch it. So there you go. That's all I gotta say. You'll be fine if you watch it. It's nothing bad. It's just them reconnecting with a lost loved one, like most people would love to do. Rurouni Kenshin, I watched that. If you haven't watched the first series, then, you know, it's basically just the Kyoto arc. That's really it. Hoshifuru Oko no Nina. I heard this was simuldubed. I think I talked about this. Mega Ude. Okay, I watched the second episode. And yeah, I actually did talk to a good friend of mine who watches anime. I asked him if this was actually something like, I said to myself, this looks like a Studio Trigger anime. Because the animation reminds you of Studio Trigger. He saw it and he agreed with me. So yes, this is definitely a Studio Trigger kind of anime. I can't believe it. I'm not watching this. I'm watching Senko Gyoko. I think I watched this latest episode. If I did not, okay, yeah, I did. I think I watched the latest episode. I'm not sure if it's finished though. Didn't watch this. I'm not watching that. Anything else? Not watching that. Not watching that. I think I talked about this. Yokai Gakko. I think I talked about it, or they talked about my friend. But yeah, Yokai Gakko. I did see the first episode. Actually, no, I don't think I talked about some of the other ones. Now that I think about it, I think I only talked about it with my friend. So yeah, Rising Watanin Gai. The animation is kind of stilted, but then again, it's Studio D, so that's why it's kind of stilted. Otherwise, it's definitely Yakuza related. Hoshuri no Okoko. Basically, girl replaces dead girl. That's really it. And learns about the etiquettes and everything. Yokai Gakko. Human teacher becomes a teacher. Human teacher becomes a teacher to yokai students. First episode is getting one of the girl in the red jacket to the class, And it turns out he's basically the descendant of a long line of exorcists. So there's that. Ao no Mipuro, I haven't watched it because it hasn't come out yet. We're still waiting on that. Now the sort of ties out we skip because we don't like it. Nikki Pose, Angler. I watched the second episode. Well, it's definitely. Well, I like her because her hair is big. Why is her hair big? I don't know, but her hair is big. But yeah, it's all about just fishing and trying to enjoy life, I guess. This actually did come out, but for some reason it's very, very slow. So I don't think I'm going to bother watching it. Lighten the load a bit. Next is Malhold Sky. I kind of said it reminded me of Little Witch Academia, and it still kind of does. But now there's learning about like how shapes go into magic. I'm still not convinced about it, but hey, I'm gonna give it a shot. It is from Malhold Sky. I'm skipping this, skipping that. We already know that's there. I'm just gonna say yes, completed. Acro Trip. So I watched the third episode and what to say about it? It's not bad. It ain't bad. But I have a feeling that it's not going to be one of those anime where you're going to be like, yeah, I remember that completely. It's going to be one of those. I feel it's going to be forgettable. Yeah, Aqua Trip, I feel like it's going to be completely forgettable. That's just my personal opinion. I think it's going to be forgettable. I'm still watching it just because. I have not watched Haigakura. I'm going to watch it. I think I still have to get it. I still have to find out where it's airing. Oh, yeah, no, I already know where it's airing. Where's it airing again? Is it on Crunchyroll? Oh, it's anime. Oh, crap. Alright. Well, I'll definitely find a way to check it out. You know, don't y'all worry about that. So, I haven't done... Okay. Alright. I got it. So, we're going to check it out later. So, I'll leave it up to you guys. I'm going to put us watching. Pocket Monsters, no. Murderkai, no. Treating Game, I watched the third episode. Dude is smart. Basically, I think I said this before. It's all about how they got there. You already made it. It's all about how they got there. So, the third episode is all about them making connections because there's a hacking contest. Like a hacking tournament. So they're in a hacking tournament right now, and they're making all sorts of connections because, well, you just gotta find out. Well, you gotta get the most points so far. That's what it is so far. So we're waiting on that. So I'm watching. Wait, Hanako-kun? I just noticed this. Is that a thing? I gotta find that out. Oh shit! It is. It is a thing. When does this come out? This came out. Oh. Okay, so. Alright. Well, I have something else to watch. I love Hanako-kun. I didn't know this was out. Alright. What is that? So I'm gonna skip that, skip that, skip that, skip that. Yeah, there's a lot of things I'm skipping so far. Some of these are just like sequels of things I haven't watched or I haven't really taken the time to look at. But yeah, I think that's everything I have so far. Everything else is like just kid stuff or sequels. I have things I haven't watched so far, which is fine, you know. That's what it is, what it is. But yeah, that's all the anime I've watched so far. Nothing else really needs to. Oh, there's One Piece. Okay, well I'll skip that anyways because I'm reading the manga. Okay, Saze-san complete. Yeah, so this is on anime. So you just look up anime live chart. They'll actually show you like all the stuff that's coming out. I'll show you a bit about this site after I finish marking all these anime as being unread, because you know we gotta do this every week. Cause that's gonna be the thing what we're gonna be focusing on from now, like all the anime. And it's not, and we're gonna do this a lot. So Only one of the VTubers who actually say, yeah, you know, anime. Alright. That is that. So yeah, they'll show you the schedule here. So as you can see, when it comes to that, it'll show you all the stuff you're watching and what you're not watching. So as you can see, today is Sunday. So you got Uzumaki, Shangri-La Frontier. Oh, look at that. Hall No Graffiti. Hey, that's nice. Saze-san. Yeah, see? Hall No Graffiti. See? You guys see? Hall No Graffiti. Episode 282. Yeah, Ririka just came out. So if you guys haven't watched that, watch it. Watch it right now. Where's it watching? On YouTube. YouTube. They want to watch YouTube. Episode 283 is a web short. In the next 6 days, you'll get the next one. It's runtime of 1 minute. So watch it. I shield for you. You're welcome. Alright, so then you got Monday. That's when more anime comes out. That should tell you what time it comes out. So you guys should keep a schedule as to when it comes in. See, even One Piece. Today's broadcast is a One Piece fan letter. Eggheart Eggs on break until April 2025. Oh. So there you go. If you want to watch One Piece, you're gonna go break from the Egghead arc. Yeah, it's a filler, but it's a filler. They'll also show you like the seasons, like what season is coming up, like, you know, to be announced, the winter, spring, summer, some of the headlines, some videos where it showcases, like, you know, some of the trailers for some of these anime. So yeah, this is a pretty interesting site you can get here. You can go here and look up, you know, search anime. If you have a login list, search up your list, look up the videos and so on and so forth. So this is just one of the many sites that's live anime chart. There's another one. My friend uses that one, and you just search up. Search up live. Actually, no, we'll leave that for now. We'll leave that for now. So yeah, that's it for oh, wrong one. So that's it for anime today. So, I know we got through that pretty damn quickly, but sometimes that's what it is when it comes to anime. You get to things pretty quickly. You don't try to lag on it. You don't try to do this or do that. Oh, and thanks for the follow, Debay. Thank you. I didn't notice that. That's good. You know, we're always going to do anime here. Nothing really goes out of style. So we're going to do all anime reviews. This is just my own personal opinion about anime. You know, it's nothing really special. But I just like to showcase, like, hey, there's new anime coming out. I don't know about any news or anime. Usually Anime Newsletter is good for that. Yeah, but when it comes to anime, that's what I like to do. So, if you ever have any anime you want me to try out, or have any anime opinions you have or some anime that I've used before, then, you know, just let me know, and we can have a discussion, a debate even, on this and that about anime. Because it deserves to be discussed, no matter what age you are. You could be young or old. Anime's for everybody. Especially those who love it and cherish the hell out of it forever and ever and ever. So, what else can we say? So, what else was there to talk about for today? Well, not much else. Not much else. There was tournaments today. There was a tournament today. What was a tournament? I guess we could look at that. Yeah, we could look at that. Well, let me bring up the site. There we go. So, this is Event Hubs. This is where most of the anime stuff takes place. So as you can see, there was East Coast Throwdown. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna look at the results of East Coast Throwdown because that's what happened so far. So for Street Fighter 6, we have the results here. So in first is Itabashi Zangief with Zangief. Now he's just called Itabashi. Next is Idon playing Manon. Then third is Dual Kevin with Rashid. Fourth is Big Bird with Rashid. Fifth is Busei with Ken and Jamie. And also Nephew with Jury. And seventh is Daigo with Akuma and Kaba with Akuma. So there's your top 8 for Street Fighter 6 for East Coast Throwdown. This just ended today. So if you haven't watched it, now you know the results. I should say a bit of spoiler, but hey, now you know. I'll say spoiler for the next one. So now we have, so that's the top 8. As you can see, we still got a lot of people here. A lot of people. And some even Smash players. Like we have Fatality. We have Riddles. And it was, oh yeah, we had, where is he? There was another one here. Let's see if I can find him. Kind of Riddles does play, Riddles does also try out, what he tries out, oh yeah, Tekken. Where is he? He's supposed to be here. No, I think he's right here. Oh, you're right here. Look what the Buzz playing Lily. So there you go. I can't believe Angry Bird lost against another player. That was crazy. Alright, so next is spoilers for Tekken 8. So Tekken spoilers, Color Core 1. Of freaking course! Because only people that will actually take her on is Be Famous, Ace Limited, and MG Obscure. Everybody else, I'm sorry. I know you're trying, but it was just all her because everybody else was no longer available. That's just my opinion. And then we have Guilty Gear. We have Nitro NY winning another tournament with Jacko and Giovanna. This time against Razzo playing Slayer, and Slayer's been a problem for a long time. Then we have Umisho with Sol and May, One True Snorlax, Marvelo, Kermit, Lucien, and Akano. Now, I know some people might have a problem with a certain player here. I won't say their name, but let's just say they've been a problem for in recently. Anyway, now we go to Grand Blue Fantasy. We got Zane with Grimnar, Zeron with Charlotta, the only Charlotta up here, and the only person really playing Charlotta at a high level, at least in North America. And then you got others. I know, now, the rest of the tournaments, I'm not sure. I don't know who's, like, the best of the best here. Because you only pay attention to certain ones. I know Hikari's good in here, and I think Zane is good here. But then you got others that play all these other games, and it's like, well, okay. Oh, you got the Kill Sage here. Scrub Vermillion playing multiple tournaments. So yeah, that's East Coast Throwdown. So that happened in Hartford, Connecticut. Oh yeah, okay, so here's an article. Daiko Umahara believes Japan will still dominate Street Fighter 6 events if they all travel like they used to. Alright, so let's see what if it loads up, because for some reason this doesn't load up a lot. So let's see if Mr. Diego Imejarez is true with this. Well, while it's loading, the hell? That was a little bit surprising. Anyway. Let's actually see this for a bit. Let's see this. Let's cut the music off and let's see what Dad got to say about all this. Fucking ad block. Okay, fine. Fine. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's see if I can turn it up a bit. Yeah, and I gotta get rid of ad blocker. Because I don't want to pay for it. You never really want to pay for this kind of stuff because it's just annoying. Sometimes you just got to. Alright, here we go. Alright, so according to Daigo, is it more lucrative to stay at home than to travel overseas to tournaments? Let's there we go. Yeah, I don't care if you see my tabs at this point. I really don't care. Because some of these tabs are just like tabs. But yeah, this is what I want to talk about. Is it more lucrative to stay home than to travel overseas tournaments, according to Daigo? Let's see what he says. Oh, I forgot. There we go.
回ってない回ってない夢のある CPT をみんな回ってるかっていうと回ってない回ってないでルールだったら仮に今みたいに SFL が忙しくてもみんな回る SFL の賞金っていくらだっけ100万ドルにしてくれとは言わないけどせめて半分どうでしょうせめて半分どうでしょう、SFL に回してもらえませんかねプロも海外の大会回るより国内で配信イベントやってるのが稼げる時代になってきてます。
Okay, so this somebody asked this question. So the thing about Daigo is that a lot of his fans ask him questions and he answers them because he's been in the business longer than most people. And he's been competing at top level for a long time. So he's more knowledgeable about this than most other people. And he does allow his fans to ask him questions because they may want to know about things. So he allows this. And that's something I like about Daigo. I like that he's actually open to these questions because he wants to educate the newer folks about all this. So we're going to see exactly what's going on with this.
まあイエスと言わざるを得ない現状を見てると。だからその結局まあ夢あるわけじゃない。まあちょっとこれについては俺も話したかったんでなんですけど、夢あるわけじゃん。優勝すると100万ドル、まあ約日本円でいうと1億5000万円で、まあ夢あるじゃないですか。ゲームで1億5000万円ですよ。で、ただじゃあ、その CPT を夢のある CPT をみんな回ってるかっていうと、まあ回ってない。アメリカ1人、フランス3人、今度のアメリカ今んとこ1人、まあ増えるかもしれないけど、今んとこ1人で、まあこれってもう、まあ、答え出てて効率が悪いですよ。まあちょっと夢のない話するけどね、夢のない話をするとお金のこと考えた時にめちゃめちゃ効率悪い。めちゃめちゃ効率悪い。で、だからまあその海外行って勝てる可能性があるんだけど、まあとりあえず目先の勝利がプラスに働く SFL に、取り組みつつ、まあ配信したりとか。
Okay, so what he's saying here so far is the fact that right now there's more merit to staying at home and just waiting for the next big tournament than going overseas to compete in every tournament because of the way the format for Capcom Pro Tour is right now. He has this. We'll get to that.
するかっていうことになるわけよ。で、だからこのルールが、まあ、以前のようななんだ CPT 要するにポイントをいっぱい集めていってなんだ上位者は出場できますっていうルールだったら仮に今みたいに SFL が忙しくてもみんな回る。これはね俺かけてもいい。
Okay, so if you haven't, so the current format for Capcom Pro Tour is that only first and second place matters. Every other place is kind of like, well, if you didn't make first and second, tough luck. And so because of that, a lot of the Japanese players felt that it was less lucrative to go to these tournaments aside from when it was because of that format. Before, it was more just about amassing points. Like, no matter what place you were in, you could place like fourth or fifth or whatever, you get points. You get points depending on where you place. So because of that, you can lose one tournament badly, but you can win another tournament and then go there. So because of that, it kind of just rewards players who actually not only showed up to a lot more tournaments, but got better results. This time, it really only counts if you actually get the top result. And because of that, not many players are thinking to go to these tournaments unless you're, because like you said, it's not, it's inefficient. So it's better to just wait for Street Fighter League because that's like where the bigger money is at, where you could focus a little more on it because there's a lot more there's a lot more stuff to be had there than just going overseas. Like if you're not going to go to any tournament except for Evo, all you're going to do is just train for Evo. That's really it.
もう 99% 回る。回った人もいるかもしれないよ。もう SFL が一番大事ですっていう人もいるかもしれないけど、基本的にスポンサーが許してくれる。自分もお金にまだ余裕があるっていう人は回る。それは絶対回る。だけど、そこまでするのが、正直、お金的にはもう相当損っていうか、今物価も高いんで、その海外ね。
Yeah, traveling and everything is very costly now. Like even living is costly. That's the unfortunate truth right now. Everything is costing a lot more just to travel or just to do this or that. So to them, according to Daigo, it's better to just stay at home. Since you save a lot of money unless you're financially secure to go. Yeah, and the yen is weak.
ちなみに俺はスポンサーに海外に行かせてもらう。これね、2種類あるんですよ。スポンサーが行っていいよとか、チームが行っていいよっていうその許可を得て行くタイプの人と、そもそも渡航費がスポンサー費に含まれてる人、多分2パターンあって、後者はあれなのかもしれない。で、俺は後者なんですよ。
Alright, good. So he said there's two kinds of players. There's ones who can cover your travel sponsorships, be you an individual or a team, and then there are ones who travels are already like in the contract. Like, you sign this contract, then you can go anywhere you want. We'll cover the cost. So that's his situation. But there are some players who do got that. Like maybe you got lucky with a team who can cover your cost for the tournament. So that's his situation. He does. It might be fair, but that's his situation. Not fair. I mean, it might be rare, but that's his situation.
なので、1大会っていうのは、結局自分の意思で決めれて、行ってもいい。極端な話をすると、行っても行かなくてもどっちでもいいって言ったらあれだけど、いいんだけども、っていう立場なんでね。そう。だけど、どっちにしろ、みんな行かないっていうのは、自分個人のお金から出していくのは、もったいない。もしくは、チームが、いや、ちょっと行ってもさすがに法律が悪すぎますっていう判断だと。で、それに比べて今国内のスト6がすごい盛り上がってる。だから配信すれば、視聴者もそれなりに、今までのね、スト5とかに比べると視聴者もつくし、それで食えちゃうじゃんみたいな。収益上げれちゃうじゃんみたいな。
So, yeah, according to Daigo, it's better for Japanese players right now to just sit back and stream because it's way more profitable than just traveling overseas. Because you make more money that way. Especially since Street Fighter 6 is still big. Like, according to him, if they change the rule set to having a lot more points, then they'll go, yeah, sure, why not? We'll definitely, go with that. But right now, there's no reason for him to... Well, not him. No reason for many players to travel because of the cost. You might as well just stay home and stream because it's way more productive and way more efficient. Such is the life, Eventually, some of these tournaments will have to change the way they have to do things, and unfortunately, it's affecting a lot of players from traveling. And it's not just Street Fighter too. It's a lot of games. Like many players wish they could travel to multiple different tournaments to play their favorite game, but depending on the format of the tournament settings, you may not do so. It was actually a really huge incident that I'll talk about after this. what happened is Tekken. I'm pretty sure some of you might know it, but yeah, Tekken kind of suffered the same thing, not in the cost, but in just eligibility.
で、海外に行くと、まずその配信ができない。そのロスがある。で、練習も満足にできない。すごい大きいよね、プレイヤーとしては。で、プラス渡航費がかかって、向こうでの滞在費もかかってってなると、もう上下いくらかかってんのよっていう話。要するに、お金が入ってこないプラスお金がかかるみたいな。で、じゃあそれを全て解決できるも何かっていうと、優勝するしかないっていうことで、まあ普通に考えると、いかないですよね。
So yeah, basically, like he said, if you want to travel, you want to travel like consistently in that kind of sense. You got to make sure you win the tournament. If you don't win the tournament, it's just an overall loss. It's an overall loss, especially when they're not really counting like all the points going into it. Like there's no reason. Like prices are getting higher and economy's getting worse. So it's costing a lot more to travel, and ultimately, it's a loss just to travel. Like, not even just because, like, yeah, you miss out on a lot of friends and everything, but at that point, it's kind of like you could just stay home and stream. It's way more productive to stay home and stream than it is to just go travel. So that's the unfortunate bottom line to it.
何考えていかないですよ。で、で、ただじゃあ以前のようなルールにしたときにどうなるかっていうと、まあサウジアラビアのように、大会のように、やっぱり日本人が独占するんですよ、絶対。やっぱ平均レベル絶対日本圧倒的なんで。
Okay, so he's saying that Japan will dominate. You already know Japan will almost dominate if they travel a little more. Maybe. That's still up in the air.
だから、まあ、で、それを嫌って今のルールにしたと思ってるし、カプコンも。で、やっぱ日本人からすると、いや、もっと日本が強いんだから日本の枠増やしてくれよっていうふうに思うと思うんだけど、俺は、まあ、正直これでいいのかなっていうか、今って、まあ、っていうのはその理由が今俺が海外回ってるところにもあるんだけど、結局日本国内だけで完結したら、気も取りするだけなんですよ。終わっちゃうんで、どうせ。こんな小さい国でさ、ゲームが格ゲーが盛り上がったところで、たかが知れてるから、目先のことを考えると、海外行かないっていうか、海外のことを考えないのが一番なんだけど、やっぱり長い目で見ると海外盛り上がってもらわないと困るっていうか、長い目で見るとね。だから、まあ今みたいに日本人はちょっと、まあ、レベルの割に出場するチャンスが少ないっていう部分はあるけど、まあ、格ゲーのその全体の盛り上がりを考えると、いろんな国の出場者が出てきた方が盛り上がるよねっていうのは納得できるので、まあ俺はまあいいのかなって思ってます。いいのかな、これでいいのかなって。そう。で、まあただその一方で、やっぱりちょっと俺はそういう未来が心配なんで、まあ、もちろんね、優勝狙っていってますけど、優勝狙いつつも、プラス、まあ、ちょっと未来が心配なんで、海外には行くようにするっていうのはあるけど、他の人たちが行かないのはもうまたしょうがない。しょうがない。法律考えたらいけるわけがないんで、しょうがないです。で、それに関してで一個俺が要望があるとしたら、まあSFL も大きいじゃないですか。言うて SFL がなかったら行ってるって人もまあいると思うんで、SFL のだから、極端だから今、カプコンカップの賞金が100万ドルで、SFL の賞金っていくらだっけ ?10 万ドルもない。6万ドルとか、7万ドルとかそんなもんでしょ。まあ、俺はちゃんと把握してないんだけど。で、それを4人で分けるんでしょ。そう、確かに渡航費こそかかってないけど、かける労力、時間、熱意、いろんなものを考えると、アンバランスなんで、さすがに。100万ドルにしてくれとは言わないけど、せめて半分、どうでしょう。せめて半分どうでしょう。50万ドル。しかもそれを4人で割るんですよ。普通はチーム戦の方が賞金高いですからね。せめて50万ドル追加。それが無理なら、だってさ、じゃあ、カプコンカップの賞金が100万ドルだけど、 今ね。もちろんすごいよ。でもこれが50万ドルになったからっつって暴動起きねえじゃん。十分高額じゃん。サウジもあるし。SFL に回してもらえませんかね。ちょっとバランスが悪い気がするんで。うん。まあでもそれでもやっぱり海外の盛り上がりと思うと、
Yeah, I'm just listening right now.
いいってことなのかなわかんないけど。まあ、それは考えがあるの。
Okay, so he's just kind of getting into it. Yeah, he's just kind of getting into it. So yeah, that's basically what's going on with Japan right now. Why you haven't seen so many Japanese travel along overseas, because the cost right now is just too inefficient. It's just too inefficient. It's too much, only for you to lose the tournament. And yeah, some people have talked about this. Some people have even agreed with Daigo, saying that yeah, he's probably one of the few who can actually travel easily and not have to worry about it. But for everybody else, it's a little too inefficient to do so. Like, if you're going to go to a tournament, you got to go there with the intent to, like, win to cover everything. Otherwise, if you're not sponsored, like, if you're not sponsored, it's even worse. If you're sponsored, then, yeah, they could probably cover the cost. Or just hope that it's in the contract that they do automatically cover the cost. Because if it's in the contract, then you're fine. You know, you can travel to wherever you want and have some representation, get more skill and everything. But if it's not, it's better to stay home and sometimes stream, especially if your game is doing really, really well with the numbers. You know, it's better for that way because you make more just staying home and streaming and preparing for your local tournament rather than go to something else where you're not sure if you're going to win and cover everything that, you know, you have to do. So far, I think Street Fighter is the only one that actually does it like this. Like Capcom Cup, that's the format. Every other format, you can still allow it, but there's still some restrictions. There's still a few restrictions out there. And because of that, there was an incident with Tekken. There was a huge incident with Tekken. A very huge incident. Long story short, with the whole Tekken scene, actually, you know what? You guys are checking China. And there you go. So, yeah. As you can see here, you're searching Google, and it basically just says Chinese player XCC DQ for top 8 at Tiger in TGU 2024. So, why is this in here? Well, long story short, Tekken World Tour currently, as she says right here, he was here fighting against Farzine, but got DQ'd twice, which means Farzine and Shadow 20Z both advanced, because according to the Tekken World Tour's rule set, we have to disqualify a player from Tiger Uppercut Master Event who does not reside in an eligible country under Tekken World Tour 2024 regulations. So, aka a Chinese person, because China was not eligible. It's not an eligible country under TWT 2024 rule set. That's why this player XCC got disqualified, because they were in an uneligible country, and that was China. And here's the official statement. We had to disqualify a player, I read that. Although we did our best to explain the circumstances to the player and follow the official rules, this led to an unprecedented situation. We understand that this decision has caused disappointment among some members of the community. We will consider adjusting the official rules for future seasons. Thank you for your understanding. But the problem with this whole thing, and this is the reason why a lot of people got mad at this, because he got so far in the tournament, took out a number of players, like Yagami and Edge, was about to face Farzine and Shadow 20Z, who are two really good players. These two are really amazing players. He could have probably beat both of them to get the top 8. But unfortunately, nobody knows why he got as far as he did, and they finally decided, now we're going to put in the rule set. Even Harada was confused about it. And this is not me just reporting on the news saying, like, yo, I'm pissed at this. This is me just repeating the information that's already out there. But thankfully, they amend the rules at one point. They amend the rules later on and allowed players to compete, allowed the players from China to compete at the last chance qualifier. So they amended the rules after that whole thing. So yeah, that was a huge thing that happened with Tekken. So here's their official statement. We sincerely apologize for disappointing our players and community due to the disqualification at the recent Tiger Upper event. As a careful consideration for the Tekken World Tour 2024 Global Finals, we will update the official rules to allow players from China to compete via the last chance qualifier. For the affected players from the Tiger Upper event, we will be reaching out to cover their travel and accommodation expenses. We will also be inviting XCC to Tokyo to compete in the last chance qualifier. Looking ahead, we will review and improve our tournament operations and official rules for the Tekken World Tour 2025 to ensure a more enjoyable experience, where more people, including players from China, can participate and earn the right to advance to the finals. Now, the only question here is, why was China banned in the first place? There's no official reason as to why China was banned in the first place. Only thing we knew is that XCC, the player from China, was banned. And I'm pretty dang sure that if he wasn't banned, nobody would have known that China was banned in the first place. I am pretty sure that would have been the case. So that's pretty much like the biggest thing. Nobody knows exactly why he was banned. Nobody knows why. Well, actually we know why he was banned, but nobody knows exactly why he was able to compete and even get as far as nearly top 8. We don't know why China was banned, I mean. We don't know why China was banned in the first place. And it's funny because they have two Chinese characters in here. This is not me being mad. I already expressed my disappointment in the whole situation over on Twitter. I already expressed my disappointment. This is just basically recapping the whole thing. They banned him, but the biggest problem was he got as far as he did while being, despite the ban being there. Nobody knows why. And after the backlash, they amended it so that China can compete. But the real question is, why was China even banned in the first place? Nobody knows. But yeah, that's that situation. So yeah, even if it's not like wanting to travel, sometimes it's just that. And the less we say about the whole visa thing with Pakistan, the better, because that's been plaguing them for the longest, and that's on Pakistan itself. So we're not gonna get into that kind of situation. But yeah, that's something that's been happening with Japan lately with Street Fighter 6. Unfortunately, it's just too inefficient for them to travel. That's the problem. It's just too inefficient for them to travel. And I don't blame them. They want to go, they want to make everything right, they want to do all this and that. According to Daigo, if the whole thing was like that, like if the tournaments were like the old way, like whatever mass amount of points, he felt like Japan would just go and dominate like everything. But he also said that he feels like it's better this way, that they don't just dominate everything, because now it gives other players a chance, which kind of feels a bit like, to your own horn, like, yeah, Japan is like that better. I can't say he's wrong. Japan has always been better for a long time. So now it's giving everybody else a chance. So now there's not as many Japanese players going out there as much as usual. But maybe it could be just his ego talking. Who knows? I mean, it's Daigo. He's not the type to be egocentric. Maybe he like I said, tune his own horn. But at the same time, I think he's kind of being a bit humble about it. I think he's being a bit humble. But Street Fighter 6 is getting more popular. Like, a lot of people are playing it. So, there's that. Are you playing Street Fighter 6? Or maybe any other games? Maybe Mortal Kombat 1? Maybe Tekken 8? Maybe Guilty Gear. Maybe Dragon Ball Fighters. Maybe you're just playing Smash Brothers. Or maybe you're playing some of the other games that are on here. There's plenty of games out there to play. You don't have to play every single one of them. Maybe you are playing Street Fighter 6. Are you doing good? Are you doing well as you thought? Doing better than you thought? Doing worse than you thought? Will you go into one of these tournaments to compete? Will you do what you need to do? All we know is that, well, it's very popular, and East Coast Throwdown just ended. Of any other tournaments that we did, there's other tournaments that have happened. Alright, there's First Attack. This is taking place in San Juan, Puerto Rico. So you can see Meta RD, Ajax Fidelity, Aaron Damick, Mono, Joe Crush, Jonathan Tene, Lord Knight, Koji Coco, Zippy, Lima, Yadira El Funk. Yeah, you got all these other players here. So, okay, it's still going on. Today is Sunday, isn't it? Today is Sunday, right? It is Sunday. Okay, I was a little confused. I thought today. Okay, I was a little loco. I'm sorry. So yeah, nothing else happened so far. It's just other tournaments happening. And you got Fight for Glory. And we're talking about Sparking Zero. Let's look at this. Appropriate Tone releases a new tier list. Let's see here, because I do play this game sometimes. So, okay, so we have Dragunov, Nina, Yoshimitsu, Elisa, and Fang, and S. I can kind of see, but I'm not sure about Lisa. Like, it's one of those things where you say somebody's in S, but you don't really see them get results out of it. Like, sometimes you gotta, like, there's sometimes you say a character's in a high tier, but you don't really see results because not many people play that character as much. Like, Xiao Yu was mainly S tier for a long time, but you don't really see too many people play her because she's a big-ass memory game. A huge memory game. Speaking of, she's an A with Shaheen, King, Lily, Jin, Kazuya, Law, Brian, Paul, and Claudio. I had a feeling Law would be in here because Law's a little too good in this game. A little too good in this game. I won't lie. He's a little too good in this game. Then you have B, Li Xiaolong, Reina, Steve, Ho Wang, Leia, and Kuma. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I can kind of see that. Then you have in C. You have Lydia, Zafina, June, Eddie, Victor, Devil Jin, Jack 8, and Asuka. Okay. Okay. I see people get results, but I guess those are just like, specialized people. And indeed, you have Leroy, Raven, Lars, Azucena, and Panda. Azucena by far got the biggest one. Jesus Christ. She used to be really good, but then they took her down. They cut her legs off. They made her like, ew. You don't want to mess with that anymore. Yeesh. What happened? What the heck happened? I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure what the heck happened to Azucena, but whatever happened to her, she died. She died for people's sins. It's sad. It's really sad. It's very sad. As for the letters and tier listings, honestly, I never liked the whole S to D because in some ways it kind of feels like they're worlds apart. Like, you want to take on, like, according to Tone, you want to take on drag with the likes of Lars. But sometimes you might see the upset where Lars just bodies the whole entire front line because Lars just does what he needs to do. Like, maybe at higher levels, it's like this, but sometimes I don't like the drastic, like, differences between the two. I never like the drastic differences. It just feels weird, to me at least. But yeah, I don't have Sparking Zero actually. I don't have Sparking Zero. A lot of it's just like other stuff. And they got Chanel. I haven't seen this tier list so far. That was Tony. This is Chanel, who's one of the best Tekken players. Okay, so let's see. So Chanel's tier list. So S plus and S. So you have Dragunov S plus. I could definitely agree. Dragunov S plus because Dragunov just does too much, man. He does too much, man. Too much. This is strange. This is interesting. They actually switched Jin and Fang. But then again, Chanel has more results on this, so I can probably take his word for it. Again, Elisa's up there. Okay, I can see that. Then you have A. This is all an S. Nina, Jin, Yoshimitsu, and Elisa. The thing that surprised me was Yoshimitsu. Like, Yoshimitsu is really good in this game. Like, really good. So I was surprised about that one. Like, because they say historically he's never really been that good, but now he's good. And I can see why. First off, Flash. Nobody likes Flash. Nobody likes Flash. Nobody. Second, he has an unblockable low, which is actually kind of unreactable. Kind of. And I think he even tracks. So yeah, that's the thing. He also has good mix-up, good stuff, good damage. He can recover his health. This dude has a lot of shit going for him. He has a lot. Alright, next we have an A+. That's a lot of characters. You have Hoang, Law, King, Kuma, Heihachi, Shaheen, Zhao Yu, Lee, Brian, June, Lily, Fang, Victor, Reina, Claudio, and Eddie. That's a lot of characters in A+. Yeesh. If you pick any of these characters, you have a good chance. Then A, you have Paul, Leroy, Steve, Safina, Azucena, Kazuya, Jack 8, and Lydia. Which is strange because Tone had some of these like down below. But then they don't have D here. Then you have B, which is Leo, Asuka, Raven, Double J, and Lars. People be saying that Double J is like, you know, better than Double J, better than Double J. You always have one of those games where it's like you have that one character that's just like the stray catcher. Like in Smash, it was Greninja. Because every time something happened, better than Greninja. Those are what I like to call these stray catchers, where you got that one character that always just catches like the better nerf this character just in case, for mostly funny reasons. It's nothing serious, but mostly for funny reasons. And then C is just Panda by her own lonesome. So this is Chanel's tier list. A little better than Tome's, I'm gonna admit. Like, yeah, Drag is definitely like way above the pay grade. Like, it'd be one thing if he was DLC and he was actually that strong, but he's the base character. And even after all the nerfs, he's still that powerful. He's still annoying to fight. I fought him a number of times. He's still annoying to fight. Like, sometimes it feels like, yo, just pick up Drag. Just pick him up. You win. That's it. No other character is needed. And I hate how sometimes that's the case with some of these characters. Yeah, just more, oh yeah, I forgot, Masahiro Sakurai does have a series. He's going to end it soon. So, if you haven't watched any of his series, you might as well watch it. He has a lot of good stuff for a lot of players and a lot of, like, video game developers. If you want to design a video game, he has a lot of tools. He's been at this for years. It's going to be up, so just watch every single one of it if you can. Watch some of the big ones. Because he has a lot of good stuff. In fact, we're going to watch one of them right now. This is by Mr. Iwata. Okay, well, let's watch it. Alright, Mr. Iwata, what you got?
雑談これ最後の雑談になります。皆様お世話になりました。
Oh yeah, just so you know, he does have a Japanese side of things. So if you don't read English, then You know, he has Japanese, and I think he has other languages. Well, let's see what he says.
最後といえば、やはり岩田さんのことについて語らない
Satori
わけ
Wada.
にはいかないでしょうね。
What a man.
このチャンネルは短くまとめることをモットーにしていますから、思い出の中のごく一部をご紹介するにとどまりますが、ある一人の目から見たささやかな記録になれば幸いです。岩田さんとの出会いは、私が春研究所の面接に行った時の面接官としてです。
Hope I'm not in the way.
開発部長でした。岩田さんとは実年齢も春研究所に入ったタイミングもおおむね10年離れています。面接時に印象的だったのは、まずキータイプが速いこと。メモをするとき、ノート PC にバラバラバラバラっとすごい勢いで打ち込むんですよね。
I don't know things about Iwata.
笑顔です。メモするときや、
He did have a nice smile.
ともかく喋るときにはまあ屈託のない笑顔
He
でした。
did have a really good carefree smile, I won't lie.
愛想笑いという感じでもなくて、心底楽しそうに。
That's someone who loves
私は不思議に思いました。
that's someone who loves
面
their
接官
job.
だっておそらく緊張はしますよね。目の前にいるのは知らない人であるわけで。なのに楽しそうにしている。それがインパクトありました。私が開発に入ってから、実は岩田さんと現場で何らかの仕事をしたことはほとんどありません。岩田さんは優秀なプログラマーですが、基本的には経営側、リーダー側に立っていますので、私にとってはより遠くにいる存在でした。
I see.
ただ、何らかのトラブルがあるとそこに飛び込んで改善していくということを、いろんなチームに率先してやられていたように思います。
Oh.
私自身はゲームの内容についてあれこれ言われたことはありません。信頼して任されていたのだろうと思います。初代星のカービィの開発終了前後、春研究所は和議申請をすることになります。つまり経営難で借入金が返せないということ。
Oh boy.
そんな折、岩田さんは社長になって春研究所の再建に取り組みます。もちろん私も初代星のカービィや星のカービィ夢の泉の物語開発で貢献したつもりですが、岩田さんとは、少なくとも立っているステージが異なっていました。少なくともその間給与が途絶えるということはありませんでした。わずかですがボーナスも出ました。
Oh yeah.
夢の泉の開
I
発
do
は
remember that.
少なくとも開発側は一丸となって頑張ったつもりです。思えば新人2作目のタイトルに対し、それまで違う部署だった人も巻き込んで総動員で作ったのですよね。
How lucky.
今思うとリスキーなことですが、良い結果を残せたと思います。
Oh yeah.
私がゲームを作っている中で唯一岩田さんに直接プログラムしていただいたのは、任天堂64におけるスマブラの原型となる通称格闘ゲーム竜王。
Yeah, that's a very well-known fact. That's a very well-known fact between the two. Yeah, Iwata did work on that with Sakurai. They came together. They saw that Smash. They thought that they saw the opportunity to put Nintendo characters in there, and now we have Smash Brothers.
それともう一つのアドベンチャーゲームです。詳しくは、企画コンセプトカテゴリーの大乱闘スマッシュブラザーズ会をご覧ください。
All right, well there you
岩田
go.
さんは他のプロジェクトなどで非常に忙しいところでしたが、休日などを利用し作ってくださいました。他の人から聞いたことですが、この制作中は非常に楽しげだったということです。
He really did.
なお岩田さんはスマブラの名前にも、少し噛んでいます。スタッフ間でいろいろな名前や単語の候補を列挙して糸井重里さんのところで、タイトル決めの打ち合わせを行ったのですが、ブラザーズ部分を拾ったのは岩田さんでした。全然兄弟ではない人たちなんだけど、こういった言葉が単に争うだけではない仲間同士のちょっとした喧嘩であるようなニュアンスが良いというお話
Is that how you want to word it? Is that a little
その
disagreement?
後岩田さん
Selling
は
and Smash?
任天堂の取締役経営企画室長に抜擢され、春研究所から出ていきます。その中でスマブラデラックスが大詰めになっていた頃、プログラムのバグなどが頻発してなかなか進められない状態に陥っていました。
Ooh.
正しくパラメータ設定をしていてもプログラムにそもそもの間違いがあるので、いくら調整してもイメージ通りにならないとか、
So what?
こ
So
れ
how did
は
Iwata
調
come
整
in?
している私 私の時間を大幅に費やすので困ります。そこで岩田さんが他のプログラマーのそばにつき直接的に問題を見つけて直すということをされま
Iwata coming to save the day.
私にとっては申し訳ないことをしたと思っています。
Aww.
何しろその時には岩田さんは任天堂の経営企画室長でしたから。
Yo, it proves just how good Iwata.
多くの任天堂タイトルの中の一つに過ぎない。
Yo, this really proves how irreplaceable Iwata was when it came to Nintendo. It really just shines just how much he really wanted Nintendo to just be the company to be on the top. God damn, do I miss him now. Like, whenever he's like, the fact that hearing Sakurai talk about him in such a fun and good kind of way, it kind of makes you realize just how good we had it with Iwata there. Like, he wasn't the first president, but he was definitely one of the best. Definitely one of the best, and I can't lie that Nintendo probably wouldn't be as profitable right now in the modern age without some of his ideals. Like, he really stuck his neck out for these guys. And I'm glad Sakurai's taking his time to make this whole entire video to thank him for everything he's done. And you know what? He deserves it.
ないので、そこまでしていただくのは申し訳ないと。また他人が書いたプログラムを読むというのはなかなかハードなものだと思うのですよ。一つ一つを理解するところからですから。しかし岩田さんはやってのけました。
As he did.
これがなければスマブラデラックスは2001年内には発売できなかったかも。岩田さんは少なくとも私が知っている人の中では最も頭が良いと思います。
Oh
頭
god.
の良さといってもいろいろありますが、感性というより理論で最も良いところを進むように感じています。単にプログラムができるというだけではなく勉強家ですし、人はなぜそのように考えるのかなどの心理についてもよく考えていた印象です。普通の人なら腹を立てたり不快に思ったりするような局面においてもそれを表に出さず分析提案などができました。その後岩田さんは任天堂の社長になります。さすがに驚きでした。
That was a surprise.
任天堂は伝統的に山内家の同族経営でしたから、そこで入社2年目の岩田さんが抜擢されるのは異例の中の異例です。が、もちろん私には納得感があります。
Well, he was the right pick.
実際その後、さまざまな変革がなされることになります。
Oh yeah, he did.
一般のお客さんから見えるものの範囲では、社長が聞くって斬新でしたよね。広報の手法としても未だに唯一のものだと思います。
He was everywhere.
任天堂ダイレクトも岩田さんあってこそでした。岩田さんが社長になられてからもしばしばお会いすることはありました。京都の任天堂の社長室にはよくお呼ばれしていましたし、東京では宿泊しているホテルに呼ばれ食事しながらお話しするようなこともありました。岩田さんは人との対話を重視します。
Yo, Wada, why are you so good?
から社員一人一人に対する面談を行っており、
Iwata, why are you so good?
効果的に感じられていたようです。そういう中、東京に来るとお忙しい中、自らいくつかの会社を直接的に回っています。私は固定の会社を持たないのでお話ししに行くことが多いわけですが、そのお誘いメールをいただくのも秘書の方などではなく直接
Directly to you.
背負っているものも
I remember that, Sester. Directly to you.
その後2014年、岩田さんは胆管腫瘍で手術を受けてから体の調子を崩し始めま
And
す。
here we go.
2015年1月、スマブラ4が発売された後、復調した岩田さんがシアトルに行く前に某所で会いお話をしました。その後、成田空港まで私の車でお送りしました。1時間半ぐらいかかる距離でしたかね。その時にはまだまだお元気そうで、これだけお肉が食べられるようになったんだよと喜んでおりました。 つまり今まではそれすらできない状況だったということです。体重も落とされていました。他にもいろんなお話をして笑いあったのですが、それが私との最後のやり取りとなりまし
Oh man.
同年7月、その頃にまたお会いする予定だったのですが、それは叶わず、代わりに岩田さんが亡くなられたという連絡が入りました。岩田さんは私に対する最大の理解者でありました。
He was.
人徳者であり、普段の努力者であり、サービス精神にあふれ、ゲーム業界を変えた人でした。もし最初に岩田さんに会えていなければ、私がしていることは全く異なったでしょうね。最後に、任天堂ダイレクトにて、岩田さんが
Look all these look all these Iwatas.
扮して面白動画みたいになっていましたけど、岩田さんの息子さん曰く、本人はノリノリでやっていたとのことです。終わり。
I have to say it again. Looking at this, it makes you realize just how good we had it with Iwata. He wasn't perfect, but he was passionate about what he wanted to do. And to hear it from one of the people who was close to him just makes you realize that, you know, sometimes you don't know what you got until it's gone, and it really makes you want to meet a lot of your favorite heroes. Like, imagine if Iwata was here looking at VTubers right now. Like, just imagine how he would. What would his reaction be if he was still around to see all these VTubers love these games? Maybe he probably invites some of them to actually host some of these directs. You think that would happen? Like, Iwata would personally go to some of these VTubers and say, "Hey, I want you for my direct." It's something to really think about. It really is something to think about. Unfortunately, he passed away before the rise of VTubers. But we can only hope a what if, you know? We can only hope what if. But yeah, that's the last grab bag for Sakurai. I don't think it's the last video for this channel. Maybe it might be, but the fact is, if you want to watch some of the stuff, it's not just about him reminiscing. It's also about like it's teaching people how to make games and what goes into making games and his own personal journey into his humble beginnings to what he is now. Still humble, I guess, but you know, from beginner to now. But yeah, if you got time, watch the whole entire series. It's fun. He does things. He sometimes does things that are a little out there, but then again, it is Sakurai. You know, he likes to do things that make you guess what's coming next. Sometimes it's straightforward. Other times it's something like this. Otherwise, all I can say is, yeah, we miss you, Iwata. And we're pretty sure that if you were here, you would become probably the most interesting VTuber out there. That will be a very, very interesting thing. But alas, it only can be now just a dream. Still, I think I speak for all of us when we say thank you, Iwata. Thank you for your time, and thank you for making Nintendo what it is before Nintendo became what it currently is. Now that sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. That was a trip. That was something. Whew. Alright, well, I think I did what I wanted to do today. I got a lot of things out the way. We're going to try to continue some more stuff tomorrow. Maybe do some more gaming. I don't know if I'm going to... Yeah, it might be more gaming. Who knows? I just wanted to do this a bit. I could have done a little longer, but I was taking a little break for myself. I got other things I probably need to work on, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for those who follow, and thank you everybody for being here. And as always, love, peace, and VTubing. I'll see you next time.